Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tessa's TV show, and today, guys, I am going to be talking about the top 5 best Minecraft Creepypastas in May of 2021. Cool. It is recent. So I actually haven't gone through this. I'm assuming Herobrine is going to be number 1 because it's Herobrine. Any Minecraft players fears him. I'm assuming I tried summoning him because I'm a mess and that's what I do. So, yeah. So, let's go and talk about number 5, which is Null. Null begins with the author's interest in Herobrine. The author is interested in fighting him in-game, which wasn't something they thought possible until the release of the feature that allows players to revisit past versions of Minecraft. They bring Brian to the ancient version. Herobrine's first 4-chain sighting took place. The author begins to experience strange phenomena in the Minecraft world, such as torches being left around at random, and even a sign with a single null on it appearing in their house. However, the author continues to believe that the events are some joke programmed into Minecraft. Finally, the author encounters Herobrine in-game and their computer crashes. When they email the Mojang devs trying to figure out what's going on, they're met with an ominous reply. We cannot say anything discussing the matter of Herobrine. That's what it does. It has quotation marks. The author abandons Minecraft for a while out of fear and frustration, but eventually returns to it. When they do so, they met with another torch in the overworld that they didn't place down. Next to the torch is another sign. This time is written in a foreign language. Once translated, the sign is discovered to be written in Swedish and says, "Help, Null is here, tell everyone about me." The author turns away from the sign and is met with Herobrine standing directly behind them. He begins to type in the game's chat, speaking to the author. "I need help. Do you remember playing during the golden age of Minecraft? Do you remember the man, the one who is as black as night itself? Do not take this monster lightly. I am trapped. You can blame him. I am feared upon being a very evil entity. But I'm not. The man you've seen before, he's different. He's evil." The story ends there, and the readers are left wondering, who exactly is this malicious Null? I'm not losing my voice, I'm sorry. It went from dry to humid to dry. No, it went from humid to dry to humid, and by the time this year goes up, probably back to dry. I'm recording this. What was that? Oh. I'm recording this Monday right after the live stream. Number 4 is 1241. This author is named Jack. It begins with Jack in his regular Minecraft single-player mode, leaving his house to mine obsidian. After stashing a few blocks, he returns to his house. There he discovers that his house, which was originally wood, planks, and cobblestone, had been remade entirely out of nether bricks. When he enters his house, it's completely empty, aside from a chocolate box containing a book. Confused, he concludes that someone had entered his server, unbeknownst to him, and were reskinning his house as a joke. Just as he's about to chalk the phenomenon up to that, another player named 1241 enters his Minecraft world. After attempting to remove the player, his game crashes. He reboots his computer, hopes of discovering that the mysterious player wasn't there. However, his hopes of that were dashed when he respawns across from that very same malicious 1241 in the nether. He stares at the author for a distance, unnerving him to the point of quitting the game, deleting his save files, and never looking back. I've heard of the number 5 and 4 I've heard of. Number 3 I've never heard of. Exception. I've never heard of this. So this is from anonymous player who recently returned from Minecraft after abandoning the game for a number of years. All is well and normal until the 6th night, where the author discovers unnatural lava source blocks placed around the Minecraft world. One of the blocks was even notably beside the house. They began to collect the blocks with a bucket, assuming that the lava was some sort of glitch, but were confused finding that the lava source blocks had respawned and multiplied after picking them up. The author assumes that it's an unpatched lava glitch and continues on. Still, they notice that strange in-game phenomena are still happening to them. While underground, they notice cobblestone that they absolutely didn't put down there, blocking their path. Forest would sparse, torches would disappear, and fires would ignite around them. We talked about the phenomenon on the Minecraft forums, hoping that someone else would understand what they were experiencing in-game. The post was largely ignored until someone else reached out to the author claiming to have experienced something similar. The two concluded that there was someone else in their overworld stalking them. They created a server together to see if the entity would follow them into a new world outside of their own. The entity laid down binary code on 9 different signs scattered across the shared world. When the author catches a glimpse of what they believe to be the entity stalking these innocent Minecrafters, their game crashes. The author's story continues to develop from there, logging the discoveries and encounters they have had with the entity terrorizing the community. That one I never heard of. Number 2 is Green Steve. I've heard of him. Her. Him. It. So, this is also from an anonymous author. Figures. Green Steve begins with the author updating their game to 1.8. While forging a desert temple, the author breaks the blue clay block at the center of the temple and jumps down the hole in hopes of acquiring easy explosives. When the author reaches the bottom hole and realizes that the explosive embedded at the bottom didn't detonate, another character follows them. This character is reported to look similar to the Minecraft Steve stand, but instead of his regular color scheme, he's entirely green. This Green Steve takes one swing at the author before the room begins to fill with creepers. Panicked, the author quits the game and vows to return to it tomorrow. When the author returns to the game, they're relieved to find that they didn't spawn at the bottom of a hole with a bunch of creepers. However, they did spawn in a completely unfamiliar forest. The chat pops with a new message from an unknown player named Green Steve. It reads, "I'm coming." The author runs to hide inside a house that was built nearby. Green Steve follows them, standing in the doorway behind them. The chat blinks with another new message before the player is blown up. "Hello, brother." Oh! Number 1 is not Herobrine, it's Entity 303. Oh, yes. I love Entity 303. It's fun. It's great. Sorry, my dad messaged me telling us to get up. I've been up for like an hour and 10 minutes. I live streamed for like an hour, people. Now I'm recording a 10-minute video. Okay, let's get on with Entity 303. The Minecraft Creepypasta titled Entity 303 utilizes the fear of malicious hackers and its treacherous, unsettling words written from the perspective of an author named Frankie. The first encounter begins with this email sent from our new narrator, Frankie. He goes on to describe his Minecraft world and that him and his friends were constructing a city on. Throughout the construction of the city, they would notice odd things going on in the chat. An unidentified player had typed the command /stop into the chat, which was a code to shut down the multiplayer server. Frankie and his friends had been on a private server, making it virtually impossible for someone to have gotten in without the permission, unless they were hacking in. When they checked the control panel, it showed only their usernames and no one else's. Frankie and his friends decided it was odd, but didn't let them stop from building their city, until they caught a glimpse of a white figure standing out in the open desert. Frankie noticed that one of his friends wasn't talking or typing much in the game. At the time, he thought it might have been lag or another server glitch until the aforementioned friend suddenly disconnected from the Minecraft server. His screen began to glitch out and the chat began to spam a single phrase over and over. Object successfully summoned by player.number 303, period. I couldn't read that for some reason. Frankie then notices another unknown contact in the voice chat with his friends. This unknown inceptor requests to turn on video and the group accepts. The room is too dark to make out, but they begin to speak. This unknown caller tells the group to make a wish and say goodbye to your friends. The call drops and the narrator's computer shuts down. At school the next day, only one of Frankie's friends shows up. Out of everyone in the group that witnessed this unsettling encounter the day prior had shown up. Concerned, he gets in touch with his friend's parents. One of them, John, had committed suicide the night before. He left a note reading, "I can't take this anymore. I can't sleep. I'm afraid he's watching me. I can't live like this, knowing someone is after me, wanting me to die a slow, painful death. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you." At the bottom of the note, in a small, nearly illegible handwriting, was written, "Make a wish." That's the end of the story. Well, heck. That took a dark turn. I guess I've heard of Entity 303. I never really knew the backstory behind him, but I've heard of him. So it was one of those things, like, I knew about him, I didn't really dig into him much, if that makes sense. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, and if you are new to my channel, make sure to hit that red subscribe button and hit the little bell icon to never miss an upload. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video with Extreme Rules predictions for Extreme Rules 2021. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!